We begin tonight with stunning new details from TxDOT in a statement just released. TxDOT confirming that design work on the new Harbor Bridge has been suspended.
As we've reported, the company in charge of designing the new bridge, the FIG Group, also designed a pedestrian bridge at Florida International University in Miami that collapsed last year. You'll remember that accident. It killed 6 people. It is our top story tonight. In the news release, TxDOT says it is continuing to review the findings from that accident and see if they might apply to any TxDOT projects. It says Flatiron Dragados, the main developers of the $930 million new bridge, has been asked to suspend design activities on the project.
And as we've reported, the new bridge is already said to be at least 2 years behind schedule. Port of Corpus Christi CEO Sean Strawbridge telling us tonight that the move will likely lead to even more delays. What is not clear at this point, though, is whether the suspension of the design work will force any kind of work stoppage right now.